I think China simultaneously has large market, large data, tenacious entrepreneurs, and lots of good VCs with lots of money. China has a lot more data, and that allows the entrepreneurs to build valuable applications using AI to optimize these applications. For example, a company like Meituan in China, they do food delivery, which doesn't sound like AI, but once you deploy and have a lot of users, you actually figure out you need AI to understand and guess what people want to eat every night. It was used to such an extent that over time, they reduced the cost of delivery to 70 cents per delivery. That kind of allowed a internet, but not AI company to use AI to maximize profit, minimize delivery costs, and all of a sudden, with a large amount of data, become a super unicorn. They were worth, I think, 50 billion when they went public, much more than the American Yelp or Groupon. Equally important is entrepreneurs who can find the so-called product market fit. In Europe, people think of America as hardworking and tenacious. In East Coast or Central America, people think of Silicon Valley as hardworking and tenacious. But compared to Silicon Valley, China is much harder working and tenacious. The typical startup company is either 996 or 997. That means 9 a.m. to 9 p.m., 6 days a week or 7 days a week. The entrepreneurs, I think, are extremely hungry for success for a lot of reasons, but one of which is that because China has been a developing country, so there are many entrepreneurs that have been poor for 10 or 20 generations, and the family expectations and their own desire to prove themselves are tremendous. Jack Ma is a great role model because not only is he successful, charismatic, and great speaker, but also he has humble beginnings. He was rejected by Kentucky Fried Chicken. And so that the entrepreneurs feel like, this is a once in a 20 generation opportunity for me to make it and help my family potentially come out of poverty. And if Jack Ma can do it, I should at least have a shot. Healthcare is the most important and I think universally agreed upon use of AI. One is to be used as a tool to help with, let's say, radiology, reading of the X-rays, MRIs, CTs, or pathology, that is considering patient history, determining what the scans and the exams and the blood tests might represent. In the future, it could also help on diagnosis. With what probability do these conditions and past treatments and outcomes lead to new symptoms and diagnoses, and what are the various treatments available and likelihoods of success. Each doctor, let's say, treats 10,000 patients in his or her lifetime, plus builds on maybe the 1,000 papers and 500 books that they read. But an AI can be trained on 1 billion people, their medical records. It can be amassing all of the knowledge that each doctor has in a giant database. AI can learn all the newest treatments. Doctors, as good, even the best doctors can't read all the papers, and they're not aware of all the clinical trials, so patients may miss opportunities to use the new drug or a clinical trial participation. In the future, medicine will become personalized. So each person might get a different treatment. When you open Facebook, everybody looks at a different newsfeed. We don't all see the same newsfeed. But when you treat cancer, most people get standard treatment, or maybe there's a standard treatment and an alternative. But imagine, just like each of us may want to read a different newsfeed, each of us may have a different type of treatment that is maximally effective. In terms of value creation, let's say measured in companies' market capitalization or revenue or user base, China is ahead in speech recognition, machine translation, and computer vision, and probably in AI banking and also in drones. Writing code, making sure it's lean and fast and solves customers' problems. Chinese companies are very strong at that, probably stronger than any other country. US is certainly ahead in autonomous vehicles, robotics, and US is the strongest in B2B AI, that is using AI in enterprise applications to help companies improve sales, manage customers and employee satisfaction, human resources. So roughly speaking, it's about 50-50 right now. Well, if there's a breakthrough, I think everything is reshuffled. So whichever country or company makes that breakthrough will change the game. But we can't predict when breakthroughs will come. I can say for the last 5 to 7 years, there have been no other breakthroughs. Some of the people watching may be confused because they think, hey, I see a breakthrough every week. There's the, AI beating humans at Go, AI beating humans at debating, AI beating people in medical image analysis. What do you mean there are no breakthroughs? These are merely applications built on the same research paper by 3 researchers, Jeff Hinton, Yang LeCun, and Yashua Bengio. The 3 researchers wrote this set of papers on deep learning, and that was the one single breakthrough on which all the applications are built. So if this continues, I think China will have a very good chance to become number one, and at least a very strong number 2 in the field of AI. I think in the next 10 years or 15 years, I can say with very high confidence that China and US will be the 2 greatest AI superpowers in the world. AI will deliver tremendous value. It will create on the order of $17 trillion in the next 10 years. So the impact of AI in terms of reducing poverty and hunger will be tremendous. Eventually, by, you said 30, 40 years, by then, all routine jobs will be done by AI. So I think people will be incredibly liberated, because imagine, you no longer have to cook, do the dishes, and when you go to stores, everything is automatically sent to you that you need. And if you want to eat at a fast food, the food is instantaneously prepared and made available as you arrive. Imagine half of your time freed up, not having to do routine work, and being able to do things that you love and spend time with the people you love. I think that is the likely to happen 40-year out scenario. Now, having said that, there will be a rather challenging next 20 or 25 years. For now, every country has different types of laws that make access to large amounts of data difficult. And for example, the largest high-quality cancer database is only 20,000 samples. And for computer vision, a face recognizer is trained on 5 billion samples. So look at the gap in the difference. So I think we've still got a long way to go. I personally think, because I am a cancer survivor, I know that 90% of cancer patients would be happily to donate their data for the purpose of AI research. But the governments don't seem to permit that to happen. There are many people whose jobs are largely routine, and those will be, over time, taken by AI. There are people whose job is the meaning of their lives, and I think they cannot accept such a utopian answer. And I think, in fact, we need to be responsible and help plan a good future for all of us. So the possibilities are endless, but I think there are challenges in the adoption of AI that will take time. But still, if we look at a 15 to 20-year time horizon, I do think our overall health and longevity will be significantly enhanced through the use of AI.